adventure on so many levels. We're gonna
Yay!
play some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Christiana Ellis. I am the Dungeon Master. Tonight, we are not playing the regular So Many Levels campaign. We were playing a one-shot because we were missing a couple of people, and then I decided to bring in this guy right here. If you're watching the video, I'm pointing at him. This is Jim Ryan, also known as Other Doc.
Greetings. How's it going?
And we also have Jennifer and James Meltzer.
Hi!
And we also have a Chooch. It was literally upside down there for a second. That was pretty cool.
Upside down. Yay!
Bringing the psychedelic madness to you.
All right. So, can one of you do a little bit of chatting in the Twitch chat real quick, just so I can test this little Twitch chat widget that's supposed to be working? Oh, look at that! It works.
Ho ho!
Ah, excellent.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Technology.
Ooh,
Technology.
pretty fancy.
Okay. So, what are we doing today? Well, I had decided that we're going to run a one-shot in the same universe as our main So Many Levels campaign, but with a different group, as we have done a couple of times before, with the Kuatoa in the Lake Elamon, and with the kobolds in the city, and we had what other ones have we done? We've done other ones. I'm suddenly blanking on the other ones. We've done them before, though. And I think those are lots of fun. And so I suggested to the people who are going to be able to play a couple of different options, and everybody who voted for Aarakocra Sky Pirates. So, Avast! Aarakocra! So, without... before we get started, does anyone have any big announcements or anything that you feel like you just have to get off your chest before we start playing Dungeons and Dragons?
I'm very pleased to be here. This is my first time on your channel.
Yes. Very glad to have you. I have guested on a couple of one-shot games over on Jim's channel, and they're always lots of fun. So, glad to have you aboard.
Yay!
We won't make you walk the plank, but even if that happened, it wouldn't be a big deal because you're a bird. You can fly.
I got wings. Yeah. We're good. It's all good.
So, let's jump in then. I wrote an intro for this one.
Ooh.
All right. Okay, let's get this music going. Sorry, I didn't plan that quite as well as I wasn't quite as ready. There we go. Okay. The skies go on forever. In the elemental plane of air, civilization clings to the spare chunks of rock that float among the winds, but the skies go on forever. In the city of Avast, powerful elemental spirits known as Jinn rule. Their laws are strict, but they provide some measure of stability in the constantly shifting breeze. But the skies go on forever. There are many who make the floating islands their home, Aarakocra and Kenku and Genasi, and even exotic races like gnomes or even humans. They live there, earning a living, raising a family, buying and selling and eating and sleeping and dreaming dreams. And they do these things within the confines of the regulations. They need what land can be found, and the price they pay for it is obedience. Most pay this price willingly. But the skies go on forever. For those who bristle beneath the yoke, for those who yearn to explore, for those who seek to define their own destiny, there are the ships that sail the skies, and the skies go on forever. As Aarakocra, you have wings and could soar away on your own, but a ship gives you a place to rest, a place to hide, a place to defend, and most importantly, a place to store your treasure. Once upon a time, trade and its darker half, piracy, ruled the skies, but things have changed of late. The first rifts appeared decades ago, but lately there are more and more. Hang on, I'm turning the music down a little bit. Here we go. Where was I? So the rifts, strange holes floating in the air, tunnels in space which lead to strange places. Soon, those who would seek their fortune by adventure found that these rifts frequently produced greater reward than any mere cargo ship. So long as a crew was willing to risk the dangers, the booty could be glorious. It's been a while, though, since you lot have last glimpsed a glorious booty. A fight with a rival pirate crew has left you in a sorry state. Although you did emerge victorious, you suffered the loss of much of your crew, including the captain. And all over a sealed chest that proved to be filled with sand. You can't go back to the city without something more valuable, or you won't even be able to pay your docking fees. Your food and water supplies are starting to run a little low. You know there's a big score waiting for you out there somewhere. But the skies go on forever. Alright, so how about each of you briefly describe your character and say what are they doing on the ship on this particular afternoon?
Alright. My character, Big Bird. He's a big yellow muscular bird with sort of bulging muscles that he enjoys flexing in the gleaming sunlight. So that's what he's doing on this fine sunny afternoon, just flexing his pecs and his glutes and his abs. And he's like looking out over the edge of the ship. Man, these skies go on forever. We need some booty. Now.
Nice. I'll introduce Darrington Walls, who's an Aarakocra, who has more sparrowish coloring. Like typically the males are quite flamboyant, but he's kind of dull but has a red plume. And other than that, pretty small, pretty scrawny. And he is currently winning at dice because he's cheating.
Who is he playing against? You do have a few NPC crew members.
Yeah, I would say random crew, yeah.
Right.
And anybody else who, if they want to. Here.
Well, I think that also you guys have been, at Sky for a while, so any money on the ship is mostly just you guys have been winning and losing it and going around in a circle.
Right.
I am Hark, the Herald. I'm standing at the edge of the ship. I look kind of like an owl, like those ones with the sort of sunken faces, like the round sunken faces. And I'm just standing at the edge of the ship, staring out at the sky that goes on forever. And I'm praying to the giant eagle, Remnus, for my companion's soul as he gambles away what little money he doesn't actually have.
Very nice.
Nice. I am Lord Graneth Zeniac, Gran to his friends, former nobility, who decided to run away and become a pirate. And I have been for about the last hour. I've been losing at dice, and still having a good time at it because I don't really care that much about money. But at this point, I have probably retreated back up to where I often hang out in the Aarakocra's nest, and which is perhaps the entire ship. I don't know, but the specific little bit up at the top, which I'm not going to dignify with the with the term or bring down with the term of a lesser avian. My character is more of a peacock-looking, big sort of barrel-chested Aarakocra with sort of a big sweeping black and blue feathers coming back and glorious greenish and bluish wings.
Very nice. So, let's talk a little bit about this ship that you're all on. The airships of the elemental plane of air obviously don't have to float in water. Instead, they float in the air, and they move still largely by sail. They're held aloft, and there's not really anywhere to fall to. There's some magic involved, but most of that's a little beyond most of you. It's enchantments done by the shipwrights. But they have extremely large sails that extend both upward and downward, like the fins of a fish. You know, those betta fish? Imagine that. And what about this ship, though? You guys have been on this ship for a while, and it's not in the best shape, but when this ship is in combat, is this ship fast and agile, or is it sturdy and powerful?
I think it's sturdy and powerful like me.
Yeah. We have catapults instead of cannons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've been drinking too much to notice recently.
Yeah.
It's one of those two, I'm sure.
There are some airships that have cannons, but not so many because they're heavy. It makes it a little harder for airship to get around if it has too much mass. But this ship, what is the name of this ship?
The Leghorn.
Say again?
The Leghorn.
The Leghorn. All right.
I see
Thank
you.
you, Ozzy.
I'll say it's the Leghorn.
Well, obviously, that's definitely the name. It always has been. You guys know
And
that.
I thank someone in the chat for that. Caro
That's
Hammond.
I know him.
So, you guys in this recent battle, the captain was lost to you. So, what have you guys been doing about that since? Has one of you assumed the mantle? Or are you kind of making do without? Like you're kind of pretending it hasn't happened? Like...
Hey, I started this to get away from responsibility, so I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. I mean, I can lead people on hunts. I enjoy that, but man, no, I don't want to captain a ship.
Watching everyone out of the group of us here, I perceive Hark to be the most responsible of everyone, and I'm just kind of eyeballing Hark. I walk up to her, just kind of oiling my chest. I'm like, "So, Hark, what do you think? You think you want to take up the helm there now that our captain is kind of, gone?"
I mean, we're pirates, right?
Yeah, but even,
Do we need a leader?
well, there's got to be some kind of order, I think. I mean, I'm not the smartest bird in the coop, but we always seem to do well with our captain. And now that we don't have our captain, I'm worried that we won't find our booty. I mean, I like booty.
I mean, if we absolutely need a captain, I could do it, I guess.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you're like the the lesser of four evils here. You're like the praying type and stuff, and hokey religions and stuff ain't no match for a good battle axe. But I think you have enough smarts about you there and that little bird brain to take care of things for a while, at least until you die.
In the chat, Prince Justin points out that you have to establish a pecking order.
Prince Justin is wise. Maybe he should captain the ship.
Yeah.
Really, pirates have elections, right?
Yeah.
Was there a first mate?
You guys were not a big ship, and you lost a bunch of people. Everybody's kind of got a feeling of like all previous rules are null and void at this point.
I will. I puff out my chest a little bit and start preening my feathers, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
Now we're talking.
I think you should get over there and swab the deck.
Oh. I pick up a broom and just flex and just, yeah, that's not a problem, Captain.
It's going to sort of flutter down and say, and just sort of come up to Hark and say, no, it's really not that, and it's really not that difficult. It's you just do whatever seems best at the moment, giving orders, and just make it sound like you know what you're doing. That's what I usually used to do.
I don't need to make it sound like I know what I'm doing. I generally tend to know what I'm doing. So
well, there we go.
We'll be fine.
See, it's working already.
I sweep right through Darrington's dice game.
Hey! Oh, got money here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Careful.
Our new captain told me to swab the deck, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Ah.
We have a captain.
I like that you're technically sweeping the deck, which is not exactly the same thing.
Swabbing the deck.
Right.
It's close enough. Although, strictly speaking, in a sky ship, maybe it's not as necessary. Maybe sweeping is all that you need.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Cloud.
Dust the deck.
So, which way we gonna head? We're gonna go molest the merchant lanes, or
How is the
find a
ship?
city?
Like with that last attack,
Mm-hmm.
did we take a lot of damage? Like, do we need to get our ship repaired?
It's doing okay. The problem right now is that, it could use some repairs. It's getting around all right, and it's not about to fall apart or anything. But the problem is, right now, you have nothing to pay for any repairs with.
I think we should consider heading over into the merchant lanes. Maybe hit a couple targets, get some booty, get this ship fixed up.
Good idea, Captain.
All right.
I could go for a successful raid. Tired of this chest full of sand just sitting here.
Yeah.
So it's not a very good reminder.
No.
I don't like to remember bad things.
Well,
That's what alcohol is for, my dear fellow.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Take a hit off my flask.
All right, so are you guys, you head out and kind of in the direction of the merchant lanes, and you have people on the lookout for potential prey?
Yeah, I'll get up in the crow's nest. I said it. It's too late. I can't take it back. Get up in the thing that is similar to but legally distinct from a crow's nest.
I like to think that the ship actually
coconut.
has two similar devices. One that's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'll go down to the bottom one. I'll go to the bottom one and look out
All right.
for any promising looking ships.
I'll go watch the stern.
All right. So everybody's on the lookout then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's get 3 perception checks then.
For Captain.
Oh my god, I'm not used to having a positive perception.
I got a 10.
10.
17.
21.
Woohoo! You were on the bottom one, correct?
Yes.
Harrington?
Bottom, yes.
Yeah. So I think you spot it first, and it's not another sailing vessel. It's probably better because it seems to be a rift. At first, it's just a flicker of light, that purple glow you have come to know well as the sign of a rift. But the thing is, it wasn't there a second ago. This is a new one.
Oh. Fresh rift, ho! I'll climb up. Up? Yeah, up to the deck. And point it out to everybody. Hey, we got a new one. Probably nobody's had a chance to get in there yet.
Ooh.
I say we do it.
Should we go into the rift, Captain?
I see we do it.
All
All right.
Sounds like a plan. So you change heading to move down towards this rift, and you set sail for it, only to find that its initial appearance was deceptive. It was far more distant than you first assumed, and far larger. While most rifts have been no more than 5 to 10 feet in length, appearing as a growing crack in space like a permanent bolt of purple lightning, this one has to be hundreds of feet long.
That cannot be good for the environment.
Ooh. I wonder if that means anything.
That's a big crack.
Well,
Bigger
one of the things that you realize, though, is that with it being further away, that its actual location is a lot closer to the Labyrinth of Winds than you usually would head to without good reason. The Labyrinth of Winds is just an area where the winds are very powerful in a very intricate current, and it can actually be very difficult to navigate the ship for sure. And it's also one of the few areas where if you were to fall overboard, even with your wings and ability to fly, it's possible that you could be swept away from the ship by the winds and find it difficult to get back quickly.
Oof.
It's a huge risk. But
So-
Danger.
The rift is not quite down inside the labyrinth, but it's closer than you usually would want to get.
Well, you know,
it's a risk, but I mean, we've already lost so much. What else have we got to lose?
nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Exactly.
All right, yeah.
I got these to lose. I got these to lose, baby.
All right.
Do you have like a
So,
protocol where we last?
Does that mean you're chicken?
Who you calling chicken? Turkey?
there was a question about protocol.
protocol?
Okay, so in any event, you are approaching closer regardless, and I think you all can't help but kind of stare in awe because you guys have seen several of these rifts before. They've been increasingly common in the last, 5 to 10 years, and that's where you make a lot of your money, is salvaging the strange things that can be found in these rifts, but you have never seen one that was even a fifth the size of this thing.
I have tied myself to the deck because I'm assuming that we've gone through high winds before, and that this is like something we're supposed to do, possibly.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
We might have a couple. We might have a couple winches.
Winches.
Settle down.
All I know is that where there's a big crack, there's big booty.
The breeze has definitely picked up. You can feel it on the deck, the closer proximity to the labyrinth below. But as you're looking at this rift, yes, as you're watching this rift, suddenly dozens of glowing white tendrils emerge from the rift, like fingers pressing through a beaded curtain, then pulling the rift wider.
Ooh.
A vast gray plain is revealed, wispy clouds drifting over an endless silver sea. Here and there, glowing orbs hover in the distance, and darker blots, larger, hover in a somehow ominous way, still too far away for clear observation. Then, emerging from the rift like a loosed arrow is a large creature, a dark cerulean blue against the pale skies of the plane of air. 4 legs, scales, 2 leathery wings spread wide. The head bears sharp teeth, glittering eyes, and an enormous central horn. On its back is a rider, and together they head in your direction.
Captain?
Dragon Riders and
Like the beacons!
Do we try to outrun it, or we prepare the catapults?
I say we prepare the catapults.
I cinch my armor. Let's do this.
It could be friendly.
It's clear that it's heading straight for you guys, and I think that you would probably have to try to get the ship moving at full speed to avoid it catching up with you. So, what's the plan? It's because it's clear that it's coming right for you.
Can we move out of its path so that we're not right?
Well, you can tell it is moving to intercept you. It is heading for you. You're not in its way. It is going to you.
Mm-hmm.
Ready the catapults.
Broadside.
Your big, sturdy, powerful ship, as you mentioned, is not going to be able to dodge a flying dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have got that cloaking device in the last rift.
Broadside and prepare and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have talons out, or it's just going real fast?
At this point, it doesn't look. Well, make a perception check.
14 plus 7, 21.
Okay. Yeah, right now, it doesn't look overtly aggressive. It's clearly heading for you, but it doesn't look like it's actively attacking at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll ready the catapults
And hold.
Okay.
I'm going to draw a bead on the rider just in case.
Okay. With
got
your
one bow.
arrow? With
Yep.
a bow? Okay.
I'll just grab my battle axe and shout as loud as I can. Who goes there?
All right. As the this dragon and rider approach, first of all, the dragon itself is maybe 15 feet long from snout to tail. This is a large creature in the category of D&D mechanical rules. But so it's not huge, but it's bigger than you guys for sure. The rider is humanoid, but at first it's a little bit confusing because its head actually resembles the dragon's head, but as it gets closer, you realize it's wearing a mask made to look like a blue dragon's face. Otherwise, on its the exposed skin on its arms, you can see where it has, the armor isn't completely covered. It has kind of a greenish tint to the skin, and the dragon does approach close to within 60 feet or so and kind of do a quick circle around the ship. Are you guys taking any additional action, or you're just kind of watching and waiting? It looks like it's planning to come in for a landing.
It doesn't look like it's aggressive, though.
Well, I mean, it doesn't not look aggressive, but it's not currently attacking. It's certainly intimidating.
Yeah. I'll just call out. I'll be like, "Avast! Who are you?"
It calls out in it's clearly speaking in sort of an authoritative tone, kind of a commanding tone, but I'm pretty sure none of you can speak its language.
I think I speak Draconic and Celestial.
Orin and Common.
Yeah.
Eric.
Got Aarakocra, Orin, Common, Draconic, and Primordial.
Nope. So it shouts that and then gives you a few seconds. If you don't immediately respond,
I will respond.
Okay.
I'm
Actually,
getting sparking
I will
noises.
say, sorry.
No, go.
I will say, I will kind of stand up for a moment, lowering the bow a bit, and in Draconic, I will say, shout in the direction of the dragon. What did he say?
It looked for a moment like the dragon was about to kind of come into land, but it sort of hesitates and goes around for another loop, and you can see the head kind of turn up to speak back to the rider and say something that you can't really hear at this distance. And then the dragon does speak back in Draconic. It says, "Prepare to be boarded."
All right, good. Just wanted to make sure. And presumably, if the captain also speaks Draconic, you understood that they're about to board, and just sort of glancing down. Sort of slowly raising my bow, looking to see if you would like me to loose the arrow that I have within it.
I just hold my hand up, like, just wait. Just hold it, but don't fire.
All right. So.
All right, you slobs. Let's have a circle. Let's have a circle here. Come on. Let's make way.
All right. You
I have no ranged weapon,
for
so
it?
I'm picking up one of Darrington's dice.
We get the guy out with the
I've got
torches to clear their landing.
my crossbow at the ready, and we make a semicircle of whatever NPC crew we have.
Sure. Okay, so the dragon does kind of come around and then swoop in, kind of do that thing for where it flaps down really fast to hover for a moment, and it just like buffets you all with the wind of that action, and then comes to a landing, and it is looking around at you with a very stern expression. You can see little sparks of electricity in its eyes and flickering across this central horn on its nose. And the rider, kind of surveys you all and kind of just gesturing around, and he's saying, "Pitia, and he's speaking in this other language that you don't know. And then the dragon says, "You will allow your ship to be inspected."
Inspected. I say back in Draconic.
Yes, inspected. That's what I said.
By
What did he
who?
say?
He wants to inspect the ship.
It's a border.
Who the fuck's he?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he came into our skies out of that crack there. This is our turf, not his. If anything, we should be inspecting his dragon.
The dragon, where it had kind of sat like a dog, stands up on its four legs again and kind of snarls at you and just says, "If you wish your crew to survive this, you will allow the inspection to proceed without complaint or interference."
They said they're going to kill us if we interfere.
I'm flexing my pecs in case anybody didn't know.
Yeah, I don't really like those odds.
Yeah, I say we just let him inspect it. I
We
mean,
ain't got nothing.
yeah, we have nothing.
Give him that chest
Come
of
inspect
sand.
what you want.
So the rider dismounts, and what is your body language for all of you? I mean, you kind of how are you approaching this? He looks like he is preparing to inspect the ship.
Yeah, I'll lower my crossbow and
I'm
pat my
puffed.
crotch. And
I just-
You can start with D's. D's nuts.
I'm still up.
What nuts? I don't see any nuts.
I will reach over towards Lord Granith and just kind of like motion for him to put the bow down.
I shrug and I slowly put it away, looking disappointed.
I just mumble, I'm like, "You've got a dragon."
Yeah, I mean, if we offered it a job, yeah, it might not like it. It might
We've
not like
got a
it.
peacock.
Yeah.
So now that you can see the rider up close a little better, you can see that it does have half plate armor on, but where the plate doesn't cover, you see it does have this slightly mottled greenish skin. It is wearing this blue dragon mask, but you can see, like, through the eye holes, there's the similar color of skin. And when it speaks, you don't see the mouth. The mouth of the mask doesn't move or anything, but you see that it has kind of long pointed ears, kind of sticking out from the sides of the mask, and it is carrying a great sword. And it basically is looking around at you, and then it basically starts heading towards the cargo compartment to go down and see what you have in there.
What with that?
How far away are we from the rift?
You're probably like maybe 150 feet or so,
Oh,
but it
okay.
varies a little bit because you're kind of bobbing in the air a little bit.
So he's left the dragon on deck with us?
Yeah.
Why do I want to try this when I have no skill in this? Because of course I do. I am going to climb down and try to make small talk with the dragon.
Okay.
Where I'm just going to say, right. So how's this? How's border patrol? Good job, security. You enjoy it?
I love this. We're going to do this in a second, but first I also want to ask: is anyone following the rider down into the cargo?
I will.
Yeah, I'd like to follow him down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll still do this with the dragon first. The dragon just says, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Well, I mean, it's all about who you work with. I suppose you and you enjoy doing this. You like him? I say, just sort of looking down at the cargo hold where his rider is gone.
I like the treasure that we seize on these raids.
Oh, do you now?
Yes.
I realize it may not look it from the inspection, but we might have a little bit of experience with the such things, perhaps, and ordinarily we are, when we do these sorts of things, we're our own bosses. We do, as it happens, have some openings. If perhaps you might be interested in a bit of a career change and more treasure.
On what possible grounds do you think that you can offer me more treasure than I already get in this current position?
Well, I note, and you may note as well, you have a rather distinct advantage over the gentleman who appears to be, at least perhaps to his mind, bossing you around. That is that you...
He's not bossing me around. We're partners.
So you carry him as an equal, eh? Has it occurred to you that you might get a lot more done if you have partners who can fly?
In the astral sea, you don't need to fly.
Well, Helps with determining a direction, doesn't it? I mean, I've
You
not
don't
really
have
been there
any
very
treasure, do you?
Not a sausage. Not at the moment. But at the same time,
You'll forgive me then if I don't take your claims to be able to offer me more treasure very seriously.
well, everyone goes through a bad patch every now and then. But just perhaps think about it. Should you see things getting a bit too mundane for you?
You know what? I will. But for right now, you're going to let us take whatever you've got.
A sort of shrug.
All right. So down in the cargo compartment, you this rider has come down and is just peering around. What all is down there right now? I mean, you have your currently low food and water supplies. You have the one chest.
Yeah.
What else is down there?
Some moldy blankets. And rusted armor, probably. Maybe the bones of some of our people, so we can dispose them properly when
Sure.
when we make land again. But that's about it.
Okay. So you can see that this rider is just from the body language. You can tell they're thinking the equivalent of, "This is it." Very frustrated, looking around, kicking stuff over, interested in the chest until they open it, and then they actually tip it over and dump all the sand out in the deck.
Do you know how
As he's
long
doing
it took us to put that in there?
As he's doing that, does he have any, like folds or bags or visible things that somebody with sleight of hand could reach into?
Perhaps. Are you looking to pick a pocket?
I am.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and make a sleight of hand check against their perception check. I guess passive perception because they're looking.
Natural 20.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Let me think what they have then, because I think you do manage to snag a little pouch. And so are you like going through it right now? I think you get a pouch off of his belt, and it feels like it has multiple small somethings in it.
It'd be a very quick grab and stash.
All right.
And a pocket in my cloak.
All right. I think that
that sand was sentimental. That beach was amazing.
So after dumping out the chest and finding out that it literally only just had sand in it, they actually take the chest and like throw it across the cargo container, obviously very frustrated, and then stomping back up to the deck.
Savage.
Ugh, sheesh. Just following.
Yeah.
As the rider comes back up on deck, it speaks to the dragon in this same language that it was speaking before, and then the dragon turns to you all and gives you kind of a look, Granith, like, you didn't have anything to bargain with here. and the dragon says, "Because you don't have anything better, we're taking your ship. Feel free to jump off if you want. Otherwise, we're all going through the rift."
What's through the rift?
The astral plane.
Oh.
Astral.
If any of you
Not much
have,
experience with astral.
I think Arcana. If any of you want to make an Arcana check, you can see what you know. A religion check might be okay too.
I will make a religion check.
All right.
Oh, a natural 20.
Oh wow. Okay, you know that in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, and Seikamian in particular, the afterlife is literally a provable thing. You can like the astral plane is where souls go when people die. That's the place. And so souls all go to the astral sea first, and then if that soul had some connection to some further outer plane, they if they were a worshiper of a divine spirit, or had made some sort of unholy pact, for example, those interested in that soul would pluck it out of the astral sea and take it to their own domain. And then a lot of souls really don't have anywhere else specific to go, so they kind of just drift forever in the astral sea. But the astral sea is also it's an actual place that you can go, and it has connections to all of these other planes in it. And a lot of other things that are kind of unknown, but that's what you know about the astral sea. You have heard rumors that there are things that actually live there, not as deceased souls, but as living beings that make their homes in that plane.
Huh.
They say you can't take it with you, but
Hey, Gran.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk to this beast here, right?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Tell him I want to make a deal with him. Tell him that I want to fight his rider. And if I win, we get to keep the dragon.
I'm just going to.
But if he wins, then we'll go into this crack with him.
I just glance over at the rider, and I glance back over you, and I'm like, "You're quite sure?"
I think I can take him.
Well, it'll be entertaining at the very least. I say, dear fellow, I say, turning to the dragon.
What?
My friend Big Bird here, he's got a bit of a proposition. He thinks that might be a bit interesting and perhaps entertaining as well. I certainly think it could be. So it seems that he wishes to challenge your partner to a bit of a duel, and the stakes being, should your partner win, of course the ship comes with you, and no questions asked. You're rid of us. But if he's able to win, then perhaps you do switch employers after all.
What does that mean exactly?
Basically, he thinks that he's essentially saying that one-on-one, it's your partner here.
No, I get the fighting part. I guess I'm just saying, why should I be beholden to anyone just because you kill him?
Well, you'll have an opening, won't you?
Listen, I wouldn't mind seeing the fight. So I will put that to my partner. If you kill him, I don't owe you nothing, but I will leave.
Sounds good to me. And I just give Big Bird the thumbs up.
So the
wow, he went for it.
The dragon does turn to this rider, and they speak back and forth for a minute, and the rider kind of does a little bit of looks over at Big Bird, and the dragon says he'll do it. So we're rolling initiative because this is happening right now.
All right, I got
18.
10-1, Big Bird. Just takes his action.
Oh my god, natural 20.
Really?
So
Nice.
plus
Okay.
2, so 22.
Well, they rolled a 20, so.
Nice.
Okay, so that
Ooh.
is you first.
All right. Well, first off, as my bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to rage.
Rage!
And the big bird gets even bigger.
Bird rage!
I'm an angry bird. And I will swing at this dragon masked mystery man with my battle axe.
All right.
And that'll be an 11 plus 7, so 18 to hit.
And 18 does hit.
18 does hit. Where's my d10? There it is. So you will take 3 points of bludgeoning damage or piercing damage.
Okay, never mind. So 3 points of piercing damage
Yes,
from an axe?
I rolled 1 on the damage.
Okay, well, I just mean slice I would.
Oh
like
wait,
slice
it's a 1
slashing
plus 4, so 5 plus 2. Sorry, 7 points of damage.
Okay, but actually, the only thing that I was questioning, even though it doesn't actually matter, is you said piercing damage, but of an axe, I would have expected slashing damage.
Yes, slashing damage.
Okay,
My
it doesn't
apologies.
actually matter in this case. That's just what threw me. So 7.
Okay, yes.
7?
Yes.
All right.
It's been a while.
Okay. Anything else, or that's the first attack?
Yeah, I only. Oh wait, I get 2 attacks. Sorry, that's right. I get 2 attacks. I
Level
forgot.
5.
Level 5. That's right. All right. So the next one is a 17 to hit.
17 just hits.
Okay, so that is 5, 9, so 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Man, that is the end of my turn.
Okay, yeah, you give him a couple of good slashes, and you can see that, like, you know, he was a little surprised at your ferocity. It was a little more than he was expecting, but he's coming at you with his own couple of swings here.
All right.
So first, he's swinging his greatsword basically.
Okay.
So that's a 20 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. That's double 1s on the damage die. Okay. 4 slashing damage plus 8 psychic damage.
So 12 total.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, while I'm raging, that's only 2 because it's half.
Yeah. So
8. So
half the
10.
slashing damage.
Right. Yeah.
But then take the full 8 psychic damage. Yeah. So this slash lashes out at you with his sword, but you find that even though the actual cut itself is something you could shrug off easily, somehow when it hits you, you just suddenly get hit with this fear of, like, just for a moment, it feels like you're dying, and then you're okay.
No.
All right, and then it's making another swing.
Oh God.
Oh, that's only a 6 to hit, so I think
that misses.
that one.
That misses.
But as it makes its second missing strike, it suddenly disappears poof, into a cloud of mist, and it is standing now 30 feet in the air on one of the side masts.
Oh my God.
Not bad.
Shit.
What the?
Why?
I just slowly passed my flask to the dragon.
I can't fly because I'm wearing medium armor.
I did specifically warn you when you built your character.
I know. But I mean, my speed, my walking speed is 35 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to jump up onto where he is?
To jump 30 feet in the air?
Yeah, with a bit of extra. I mean, I
With
know
the
I'm wearing
flap?
medium armor. I can't fly, but can I fly?
How about this? I will let you make an athletics check to do it, but I'm going to be looking for high because.
Okay, all right.
know,
I will. Attempt
You're wearing
that.
heavy armor also.
Medium armor.
Yeah,
medium armor.
Well, okay. I meant heavy in a descriptive sense, but you're right.
All right, I got a 17 plus my athletics, which is 6, so 23.
And you're raging, so it's technically at advantage, right?
Right. So let me roll again just for the heck of it. No, 23.
Okay. So I think, you managed to make a big leap and then assisted by some furious flapping. You managed to make it up to this same mast level with it, and you can make an attack, but I'm going to say the attack is at disadvantage because you're on, like, awkward ground.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So we got 15, 10. So 10 plus 7, 17.
17 just hits.
17. All right, so that's going to be 6, 10, 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Okay, yeah, he's looking pretty hurt.
Mm-hmm.
All
Do you
right.
get 2 attacks?
No, I use one of my actions to jump, right? Or is that my movement?
I was considering that movement, so I think you get another attack.
So
Still
then
at disadvantage.
Still at disadvantage. All right, so that's 9 and plus 9. 16?
16 misses.
All right, so 17's his AC. All right, no problem.
Okay, so he is going to be making his own attacks, also at disadvantage because he's on the same sort of uneven ground as you.
All right.
That's a 20 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, and that's 10 slashing damage, which is halved.
Okay.
5. And then, oh man, double sixes on the 2d6 psychic damage. So that's 12 psychic damage.
All right, so 17 total on that one.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, and then that's the first attack. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Hang on. Okay, never mind. That was a miss because I didn't roll the disadvantage die. So
Oh,
the
okay.
first one is a miss. So my apologies there.
No, it's okay.
Woohoo!
I'll just heal myself for 17 points.
Okay, yeah, and he rolled low both times on the second one, so I think he slashes at you ineffectually, but he's having trouble with the balance, and he actually disappears into a poof of mist again, and is back on the deck.
Well then, I will.
You got him, killer!
I will jump back down onto the deck and go, man, stay still, damn it!
All right.
Right where you want him.
And I will go into a frenzied rage.
Well,
and I will...
so hang on. I'm gonna say that you need to make another athletics check as you're jumping down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. So that's going to be... Oh, that's not good.
At advantage.
Oh, at advantage. That's right. Okay,
Well,
I'll
because
take
of
that.
your rage.
Okay, that's better. That's a 19.
19. Yeah, I think you managed to land without. Let's say 1d6 falling damage instead of would be 3 if you just fell. So that'd be 4, but that's going to be halved again for you. So.
Okay, so all right, fair enough. So I will go into a frenzied rage. So I will make my first attack against him. No advantage or anything, right?
Not anymore. No.
Okay, so that first one misses. It's a 15.
That's correct. That's a miss.
And I will take my second attack, which is a 19.
Okay, 19 hits.
So that's going to be 6. That's at 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then my bonus attack, because I'm frenzied, that's going to be a miss. That's only 11.
Okay. Just briefly in the chat, Smartmaster is asking about why you have the armor in terms of barbarian unarmored defense. It turns out that I believe the scale mail you have actually gives you 1 AC higher than it would be unarmored.
Well, it'd be what? It'd be 10 plus my dex plus my con.
Yeah.
That would only put me at 14, and with my armor I'm at 16. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's better, but it does rob you of one of your primary racial trait abilities. But it worked out okay in this case. You're doing all right.
Yeah.
But so he is actually going to going to make his own 2 attacks. That's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Okay, that's for the slashing damage. It's 14, so that'll half to 7.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And then 8 psychic damage.
All right.
And then his second attack rolled a 19 plus 4, 23.
All right.
How are you doing?
Got him right where you want him.
I'm feeling a little woozy over here, guys.
You're on it. You got this, kid.
The 5 slashing damage, which was reduced to 2.
Okay.
And then 5 psychic damage.
All right. I'm at 23 hit points. I'm doing all right.
And then I think he poofs back up to the mast again.
Oh, son of a bitch. All right. I'll make my athletics check and try and jump up there.
Jeez.
You make your athletics check again?
Yep.
All right.
It's going to be 16 plus 6, so...
Okay. I'm going to say you do make it up there. Oh, 16 plus 6. Yeah, you're fine.
So 22.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First attack with disadvantage, right? Because we're kind of wobbling.
Yeah,
right,
so you're back and forth up on this like spindly little, cross piece mast thing.
Yep, that's a 21.
21 hits.
All right, so it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 8 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
And then the next attack at disadvantage is only going to be a 14.
Okay.
But then my bonus attack.
For the frenzy?
Yeah, 11. 18.
18 hits.
All right, so it's going to be 9 points of slashing damage.
All right. How do you do this?
Oh, wow, I didn't expect that. I just kind of see him there, just kind of teetering on the edge, and I just kind of flip my axe around, and I bat him off of the mast, and so he's like a baseball, so he's like soaring down, down, down off the ship.
Yeah, off the side of the ship.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. So as he falls past over the side of the ship, as the rest of you look down. Down over the railing, you see the body fall into where it is entering the labyrinth area, and then you see it just torn, whipped around in various directions as it disappears into the distance, carried away by these air currents. And I think we have this image where all of you are looking down over the railing, and then the camera pans over a little bit, and the dragon's doing the same thing, looking over the railing with you. And then the dragon kind of just says, "Well, you win, I guess. All right, I will leave you be. But just so you guys know, heads up, he's just a scout." And he unfurls his wings and then flies up and then flies back into the rift.
What did he say?
He's just a scout. So there's bigger, fatter asses in the rift, probably.
No problem, I can take him. Hey, Hark.
Yeah, I reach over and I cast Cure Wounds.
Hey, pay up. You took that action. Come on, don't act like you didn't.
That is 9 plus 4. So 13 points back.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you. Oh. Well.
So, I would imagine your rage ends now, right?
Yeah,
so,
I end my rage, yeah.
Yeah, so you have 1 level of exhaustion, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to make sure I remember how that works. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so do we want to go in there, or do we want to maybe turn back and look for
Well, I mean, if their group's going to come through, then maybe we go in and, take up the turf they leave behind.
I mean,
Not a bad idea.
not a bad idea. So we're going in?
I mean, or we could go the opposite direction that they're going to go and just try to find our own action.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
we still got
we could
nothing
find
to do.
some exotic goods that'll really sell back here at home.
Wait a minute. I just fought that guy.
Uh-huh.
We wouldn't have to go into the rift. Otherwise, I just would have went into the rift with them.
Yeah, but
Well, they're right,
they
but
were going to take our ship.
Ah, that's true.
oh, hey, you win the dragon, though, right?
No, he left.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't like that.
Welchers.
Apparently, he wasn't actually a servant.
He was an independent contractor.
Yeah, they were partners, he said, but
That's a pretty progressive plane.
yeah,
Nice.
I say we go through.
I'm going to sleep.
Why not?
Hi, Captain.
Okay, so are you piloting the ship into the rift?
Yep.
Into the rift.
All right. So you guys are not unfamiliar with the feeling of crossing through one of these rifts into another plane of existence. Usually, what that experience is just touching one of these strange glowing cracks and then just finding yourself on the other side. But this one has been pried open and seems to be held open by these strange tendrils of magical energy. So you can literally just fly the ship right through it like it's a big window. But as you cross the threshold, it's very clear when that happens because, first of all, the breeze, the winds that you're used to in the elemental plane of air just suddenly go completely still. It's very quiet and peaceful. Oh, my phone thinks that I'm talking to it. It's very quiet here. There's no wind. You look down and down and down, and this silver sea below you, with various lights and spheres bobbing and glowing here and there in a very calm, almost glassy calm sea. And you realize too that once you're in the astral plane, you are not actually physically bound by any sort of gravity anymore. You realize you move just by willing yourself to move. And this is an actual rule here. Your movement speed is 3 times your intelligence score.
Oh shit!
Wow.
I'm dumb as fuck.
But you find that your movement is really completely dependent on your desire and intent to move somewhere and separated completely from what actual physical movements you're doing. You could stand, holding your arms completely still and move just as easily as if you are trying to take steps.
I'm very concerned that we might not know what the boat wants.
Well, and on the matter of the boat, there's no wind here, and the boat has stopped as soon as you have crossed through the rift.
I wonder how they were going to get it through.
Maybe they have some kind of magic or something.
Well, yeah, we can try to pull it.
All right, so we'll command a few of the crew members to go out and pinch them up.
And they're
and
literally
be like,
just gonna
"Oh."
float
Yeah.
out in front holding ropes and be like tiny little tugboats. Is that the
Yep.
idea?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. You find that it's slow, but it works. You realize probably you guys. So I told you the rule about what your movement speed is, but I think you guys don't know that in world. What you do know is that for some reason it seems like some people are able to move faster than others, though.
Put your wings into it.
And one of them is saying, "Our wings don't actually do anything."
I don't think it's helping.
I just
Carry
slap
on, though.
I slap my battle axe against my fist. You'll make them do something if you know what's good for you.
The guy who said that still got the rope, and he hadn't been moving his wings as he's pulling the rope. But as he hears you say that, he does kind of make a show of flapping his wings.
I just look all smug at everybody. That's better.
You told him, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are slowly making some headway here. You're not moving quickly, but it does work. And it's not even really a matter of strength. Like, they have to, it's, the strength is all in just being able to hold on to the rope and not having it slip out of their hands as they move forward. It's a very disorienting sort of case here. But as you guys are starting to, to move, is anyone like keeping watch or what?
Yeah, I was actually just getting ready to ask, do we see anything?
Yeah,
well,
I'll definitely keep and watch.
Like, my passive perception is 17, but...
Okay. Yeah, well, I would say then that with the passive perception of 17, even if you weren't specifically looking, you did notice when the rift opened that there were some dark blots of something floating around, and what you do see that one of them appears to be moving towards you. As it comes within a couple of 100 feet, you do see that in some ways it's similar to your own airship, but whereas your airship has these long trailing sails like a fish's fins, this one seems to have much smaller, slightly stubbier sails, but it also seems to be moving through the sky here without any difficulty whatsoever.
So, prior to it getting that close, are we in fact following that plan that we talked about where we get this out of sight and wait for them to pass?
We can, if we can actually get it out of sight.
Yeah,
So, like, where is out of sight in this endless silver sea?
Yeah.
But to me, I think we would just pass through the rift and like make a hard turn, and like if we could see the dragon go the opposite way,
Mm-hmm. Well, I
if
think
he's going for
Debris
reinforcements.
or what have you.
I don't think you see the dragon when you go through, but he kind of left and passed through the rift like pretty like ahead of you guys.
We're probably pretty close to random.
So are you like flying around to like hide behind the rift or something? Is that what you're doing?
Is there any debris out here of any
Yeah,
kind?
I like that.
Well, nothing nearby. As far as you can tell, the geography of this place is literally an infinite ocean.
Yeah, I'd say go behind the rift, around it and behind it.
Okay. I think that you can start in that direction, but I think you find that with it being kind of slow going, you get the impression that they saw you come through the rift.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, I think that as the ship is heading in your direction, though, what are you doing?
But we got birds out there pulling the ship, right?
Yeah, but it's...
Yeah, they got
No, that's fine. That's
maneuverability.
fine. What if, man, I don't know. I don't think my character's smart enough for this, so I'm just gonna shut up. I gotta play the character. I got like a -1 to my intelligence, so I can't suggest this.
Hey, Big Bird,
almost
how come
every-
everybody else is moving so much faster than you here?
Are we good?
Kind of. This is where you go when you die.
Yeah.
I think I lost that fight, guys.
Yeah, and then they killed the rest.
Took us with you.
All right, so yeah.
I'll fight the whole damn rift if I have to.
Yeah, I guess we'll just keep going where we're going, and when they get up to us, we'll deal with it when they get here. I mean, we can't, unless we just stop.
It
And,
worked out pretty well last time.
yeah.
Should we perhaps hide behind the? Well, let me put this this way: should we perhaps move the ship to just stop the ship, get into hiding places around it, then try to ambush them when they get close?
That's
Yeah,
not
that's not bad.
That's reasonable.
like a ghost ship. Like, there's no one on it.
That's all I meant. Yeah, we could just simply be a piece of flotsam coming around.
Okay.
Yeah, good idea.
So,
Yeah, I like it.
where are you hiding on the ship? Well, first of all, are you everyone who is out pulling ropes? Are they coming back on the ship, or
Yeah, we'll call him back in.
all right? So, are you guys hiding below decks, or
What?
what's the plan there?
Or on the outside or the underside.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna some of it. I think I'm gonna hide behind the ship, or because they can come at us at any angle.
I think if you are literally inside the ship and have total cover, then you don't need to make a stealth check. If
That's
you
the
are
only one.
somewhere where you could conceivably be seen from outside, then you need to make a stealth check.
Yeah.
Do we have cannons on this ship?
No,
we
you
don't
have
cannons.
vertipults.
No, that's right. Never mind.
Catapults.
Yeah, catapults.
Vertipults.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would try to hide on the other underside of the ship, hoping
Okay.
that whatever's the side that's away from them cling to
and
the outside.
you don't even need to cling. You can just hover wherever you
Oh,
want.
true. Yeah.
Here.
I will go below deck and stand right on the opposite side of the threshold, and the first thing that walks through that isn't one of my crew members, I'm gonna swing an axe at its gut.
All right.
My stealth's a 28.
Okay.
This ship is larger than 30 feet, presumably. Yes.
The ship that you guys are on?
Our ship, yes.
Yeah, I think so, but it's maybe not super big, but it's the sails first of all go much longer, but the body of the ship is probably maybe 40, 50 feet.
I was debating the whether or not to cast Pass Without Trace. We can just sort of
Well,
make it
Darrington
easier for us
sure
all.
doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Hasn't anybody got
That's
Alright,
9
where's
on
it
my
go?
own.
Doesn't anybody got one of them fancy invisibility spells they can just put on the ship?
No,
Oh.
sorry.
I will also attempt to hide outside the ship and fail miserably. Well, that's not too bad. That's a total of 20.
All right.
I'm gonna hide in the captain's cabin, like right on the inside of the door.
All right. All right. So, is the door closed or?
No, I'm gonna leave it open like a crack
Alright.
so I can kind of peek out.
Okay. So for everyone that doesn't have enclosed somewhere, then I think we've got 2 stealth checks already. But let's go ahead and get them from Hark and Big Bird as well.
Even though I've gone below deck?
Well, okay. So you're all the way below deck.
Yeah, I'm
okay. Yeah. All right.
No, I'm all the way below deck.
All right. That's fine.
I am hiding in the undernest, if that makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay.
Mine's a 4.
4. All right. Yeah. So I think you didn't realize that there's a lantern in the captain's cabin that is casting your shadow in the doorway.
Yeah.
All right. So I think as you guys all hide, all the rest of the crew, are they down in the cargo compartment or what?
Yeah, we set him down there in the cargo compartment.
All right. So, as you are all hiding and awaiting, you do get the sense of this ship approaching, coming to a stop, and then you hear, dum-dum. You're hearing footsteps on the deck. And whoever is nearby the deck can make a perception check.
Okay. That would be. Where is my perception? 12.
12. Okay. You get the sense that you're not sure exactly how many, but there's more than one set of footsteps.
All right. I'm gonna quietly cast False Life on myself.
Okay.
So that gives me.
Does that have a verbal component?
Yep. I can do a stealth check if you want.
Yep. Well, it also doesn't necessarily matter super much because you'd already failed the other one, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
18.
Okay. Yeah. So as they make their way to where they have already seen you, they don't notice that you're also casting a spell.
That's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think as you cast that spell, coming through the door to the captain's cabin with a sword already in hand, you see this is a big scimitar shaped greatsword, and it is glistening with the same silver color as the ocean below. And this seems to be the same kind of creature that the rider was, but not wearing the mask. And you can see that it has, sort of very thick arched eyebrows and kind of a dour, long face, kind of spiky hair, and is wearing full plate armor. And it has this sword, and it basically just you see the tip of the sword sort of protrude through the doorway, and then you hear in common, or it seems to be in common at least, "Come out of there and bring the rest of your crew on the deck."
I kind of step into this thing and I'm like, it's just me.
So when it speaks, I'll say he seems to be male. You see that the words you're hearing don't match up with the mouth movements. But what he says is, "The dragon already told us about your crew. Bring them out."
I have no idea where they are. It's just me.
"Surrender your weapons."
All right. I take off my my weapon and I hand it over.
Okay. You see, by the way, past him, there is another one in similar armor with a similar sword. Those are the only two you see. But
I think I would skulk up the side to be able to peek over
Okay.
the rail.
Go ahead and make another stealth check.
So +9. It's like 22.
He's dubbed. That's kind of
22.
Do I see him?
funny. 20, with a 22, I think your passive wouldn't see him, but if you want to make a perception check, we can try.
Okay. That is a 23.
Okay. Yeah, with the 23, you just catch Darrington peeking up above the railing. Neither of these two invaders seem to have noticed.
I would similarly like to attempt to come up around behind them so that I might fill them with the greetings of arrows soon.
Okay. Go ahead and make your own stealth check.
That is a total of 24.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Going to hover up.
As I'm like handing off my weapon, I would like to cast Vampiric Touch when I touch his skin.
Okay, so I'm going to let you go ahead and roll this attack, but then we're going to initiative.
Okay.
All right?
Yep. Let's see. And that is a spell tech bonus. So it's 23.
23 does hit.
Yeah. And that is 3d6 necrotic.
All right.
So that's 11 necrotic.
Okay. So, as you're reaching out with your weapon and he goes to take it, you take that opportunity to like grab his hand and then suddenly leech magically this life force out of his hand, and he doesn't like it. He's very unhappy with you. And we're definitely rolling initiative right now.
Oh my god, I got another 20. 22!
Okay.
Mine is a 4.
9.
9.
10. I got you beat. 9.
Well,
Nine.
they only rolled a 6, so you're still not bad. So Darrington was 10?
Correct. I'm sorry. No.
What?
8.
8. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I have a
Darrington
+4.
8, and then what was yours, Granith?
9.
9. Okay. 8. 9, and then Big Bird. What was
22.
yours?
22.
22. Okay, so I think that you heard that conversation kind of muffled above deck from where you were hiding, and then this strange knight-like creature gasps in surprise and like, ah! And so you get the impression that something's kicking off. So it's your turn. You're up.
All right. Well, I don't know how much movement I have. Because
yeah, you
of
have
this
3 times
crazy-
your intelligence score.
Well, my intelligence score is -1.
Well, no, your
Not
score,
your mod.
not the modifier. So
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, okay. So I got 24. So
Yeah.
I got 24 feet of movement. So how high up is the top deck?
I mean, I think you can get back up to the top deck.
Okay. So I will saunter back up to the top deck, and I will just in time to see Hart cast Vampiric Touch.
Well,
and
no,
the scream and everything.
Yeah, so I think I think the scream was what probably triggered you to come up.
Okay.
But so I think what you see is these 2 figures in plate armor wielding these great swords. One is over by Hark and is recoiling in pain. The other one is looking pissed off.
I'll just gasp and I'll be like, "Curb swords!" and I'll run towards the one that Hark is not engaged with, and I will, as I'm running, I'll just go into a rage. Not a frenzied rage, just a rage. And,
I think because your normal movement speed would be so much faster than you're able to move right now, you're doing a little bit of that cartoon thing where you're running, your legs are moving faster than you're actually. Yeah.
All right, so the first attack is because I'm raging. No, but exhaustion cancels that. Oh no, wait,
exhaustion. I think the first point of exhaustion is just ability checks.
Ability checks, yeah. All right, so 17.
17 misses.
Oh,
Cling!
17 misses.
It glances off of this thing's plate armor.
Damn. All right. So second attack. That's gonna miss.
Okay. They both miss. Clang! Cling! And it turns and looks at you, raising its silvery greatsword. All right, Granith. I keep wanting to say Lord Grantham.
Oh, I was wondering where I was.
He
thinking
just left
of.
the world.
I thought about that. Yeah. No, I'm going to just seeing them turn around now. I'm just going to just whistle in a bird-like fashion, which I, having a human face, cannot produce. So I just sort of go, wink at him and shoot.
Okay, which one? The one, the one that's by Hark, or the one that Big Bird just ineffectually attacked?
I'm actually going to shoot at the one that's by Hark.
Okay. That's the one that's shaking his hand like, ow!
Yes, that's the one I want.
All right.
So, blood in the water. Let's see. So that is... My shootery is at +9, so that is a 24.
Okay, 24 hits.
Excellent. So, as I'm rolling damage here, is he below his hit point maximum?
Well, he did just take damage from Hark, so yes.
Excellent. That means I get an extra D8 because I have an ability that allows me to do so. It's the Colossal Thing attack. Colossus Slayer.
The Colossal Thing attack.
Yeah, the Colossal Thing attack is, I think, its official name. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, creature takes an extra 1d8 damage if it's below its HP maximum. So,
Sweet.
It's d8 plus 4 plus another d8. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 points.
12 points. Yeah, you stick that arrow right in the shoulder. get it in between two of the plates of his armor, and it sticks into his shoulder, I think, and he's like, "Ow!" And okay, this is the dumbest reference ever. Okay, has everyone watched any of Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah.
Okay,
Very
so
little.
the very first introduction to Charles's character, he has a muffin and he drops it and he goes, "Oh, my muffin!" He goes to pick it up, he hits his head on the counter and he says, "Ow, my head!" And then he's like, "Oh, my muffin, my head, ow, my muffin!" And then he steps on his muffin and everything's going bad for him. And so,
And
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, for my movement action, I do want to drift behind a anything that's sticking up out of the ship, so that it's between me and them, so that I can.
Okay,
dodge
I think
around,
you.
dodge around.
Well, so I think you can get 3/4 cover from one or the other, but not both from where they are.
Sure.
All right.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so it was 12 points of damage, I think you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Okay. So that is your turn. Darrington, your turn.
So I will.
You are
I
attacking
will-
from hiding, so it's with advantage.
How far am I from the one attacking Big Bird? I guess either of them.
They're both engaged with someone. Big Bird is engaged one of them.
Yeah.
Hawk has the other one.
So I'm looking for like 20 feet.
Well, I don't know. This is theater of the mind.
Okay.
Which one are you gonna attack?
Basically, one of my abilities is I can engage, do melee attacks, and move without them getting an opportunity attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
So I just basically, my movement's 42 feet, so I want to do like half of it, so I can jump back out.
I think
away.
the size of the deck is a little bit moot almost, because you guys can just move freely within 3-dimensional space.
Oh, true. All right. So yeah, I'll move into engage the one that's attacking Big Bird.
Mm-hmm.
Attack with my rapier.
Okay.
And what is my bonus? A 7. Only 13.
13 doesn't do it, I'm afraid.
But I am a crossbow expert, and I unleash my crossbow, which only does 11, and flap back away as far as I can.
Boink, ka-boing. I think a little bit
Oh, that's some hard stuff.
of that. Yeah. All right. So was that your bonus action to do the crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So no additional hiding or anything.
Correct.
To do. Okay. So that makes it now their turn. The one that Big Bird just attacked, and Darrington, of course. But I think, given that Big Bird is still right there, I think you're getting the attacks from this guy.
That's fair.
So he is going to make 2 silver greatsword attacks.
All right.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
So that is 6 plus 6 slashing, so 12 slashing damage, but then halved for you.
Yep.
And then 9 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then another great sword attack. That is only 16.
Well, that's my armor class.
So it does hit.
Yep.
All right. That's 13 slashing damage, which would half to 6 for you.
Okay.
And then 9 psychic damage.
Okay.
The other one actually is going to, first of all, it's looking, Hark, you're the one that can really get a sense of its facial expression here, but it is just looking extremely irritated that this is happening, and it actually just looks at you, and it takes a moment to just say, You will not be harmed if you surrender. And again, it's, the mouth is not moving with the words you hear. There's some sort of a magical translation happening. It doesn't look like he's actually speaking common.
I just look at him, I'm like, you never heard of pirates? We never surrender.
Very well. He's going to go ahead and make his attacks against you.
It's going to be a short one-shot.
That's 19 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, and then... So that's 12 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 12 psychic damage. And then goes to make... I think I'll give it... Because he talked and asked a question, I'll say he only gets one attack. Turn. He used part of it to give you one more chance, even though, obviously, I know you're not. Why would you?
The DM is benevolent tonight.
Well, you guys could surrender and go and become slaves of the Githyanki in the Astral Sea. I mean, that's an option.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Okay, so so that's
Been there, done that.
That's their turn. That's their attack. So it is actually your turn now, Hark.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word at level 2 on Big Bird.
Okay.
So he gets back... What is that? 2d4. He gets back 10 points.
Okay, thank you.
And then I'm just going to use my Vampiric Touch on that guy again.
All right. Mother Dragon says, at least if you die, your soul won't have to go very far.
Right.
You ain't wrong.
That is 22.
22 damage with the vampiric touch?
No, you hit.
Oh, so
Yeah.
because vampiric touch does something turn after turn, right?
Yep, you can use it on each turn. Until the spell ends, you can make the attack again on each one of your turns as an action.
Oh, and it just doesn't cost another spell slot.
Yeah.
I see.
Yep.
I get it. Yeah, 22 hits again.
And that is 8 points of necrotic damage, and I get back 4 hit points.
Okay. Yeah. He's not doing as well as his buddy. Yeah, he is looking like he is gonna hit you with his sword twice next time.
Still alive.
Yeah. Okay. We're back up to the top. Big Bird, you're up.
All right, Big Bird's just gonna take a couple swings at this dude in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
First one is 19.
19 hits.
All right, so that's gonna be 14 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And then the second attack, yes, 14 plus 7, so 21.
Yep.
And that's going to be, 14, 16 points of slashing damage.
Wow, there you go. That's more like it.
And that is it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not frenzied, so I'm not going to get a bonus action.
Okay. Yeah, so both of these guys have taken some significant hits here. They're bleeding a little bit here and there. Well, I guess Vampire, he's bleeding from the shoulder where the arrow hit him. You guys, you get it.
His arm is turning black from the gangrene of the vampiric touch.
Out his soul.
Lord Granith, your turn.
Okay, which of our companions right now looks the most worst for wear?
Me.
I have 17.
Avoid.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I got 16, and she's got 17. So
Okay. Are you both fighting the same person or two different people?
They're
Two
fighting
different people.
different ones.
Okay, I'm just going to flip a coin then and shoot at someone.
Big Bird's most likely to get
Yeah,
hurt again.
get crushed. Yeah, okay. I'm going to shoot at the one that's the Big Bird's fighting.
Okay.
And that is it's another 24.
All right. Yeah,
That's
that
good.
24 hits. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I need to roll better. So that's just a total of 10 points
Okay.
for that.
10 points.
Yep.
All right. Are you ducking out of the way again, or
Yep.
okay? You get the impression at this point that these guys, they're kind of all about their sword. They don't seem to have any other weapons on them.
This is probably going to help. Yeah.
All right. So, Darrington, you're up.
All right, it's gonna jump in, do another rapier attack, sneak attack because Big Bird's within 5 feet. Ooh, 16, 20, soft 20.
A 20 hits.
So we do 4, and then the sneak attack is 13 points.
Okay.
And then the crossbow. Ooh, 10.
All right.
Misses. So
Yeah.
darts back away.
But yeah, that guy is looking, to use old-fashioned parlance, bloodied. Okay.
Sure.
So.
Oh, and yell, hey, you swabbies down there, get up here. We got action.
Okay. I think you guys are the ones that can fight.
Yeah, I'm just doing that in
Yeah.
case we need a Deus Ex Machina to
Sure,
help
sure.
us out or something.
All right. So it is their turn again, and I think the one that is fighting you, Big Bird, didn't like at all those 2 big axe slashes you did, and so you see it put its fingers to its forehead, and I need you to make a strength check.
Strength check.
You would have advantage from rage, but you also have a level of exhaustion, which would be disadvantage. So
Yep.
it's a
Just
regular
straight
roll.
roll. All right, that's a natural 20.
Okay. You suddenly feel yourself having some sort of a magical energy trying to like pin your limbs to your sides, but you just and then so I think after you do that, it looks at you and it looks a little bit scared, and it goes poof, disappears into mist. And
Does he appear anywhere?
yeah, he appears. I'm just trying to think what's on this ship. I think he literally just appears like 30 feet away, like in the air.
Okay.
And then actually, he doesn't move any further away, but he does yell up to this other ship that's still kind of hovering, maybe 70 feet above yours. He yells something up in that strange language.
Okay.
All right. That was that guy. The other one is still attacking Hark. Okay. Oops. That's an 18 to hit.
Yep.
All right. That's 17 slashing damage.
Oh,
I'm
God.
unconscious.
You're
Okay.
unconscious.
All right.
Oof.
So the psychic damage doesn't matter additionally, but seeing you go down, he does not like attack again your unconscious form. Instead, he moves over very rapidly to make a second attack against Big Bird.
Okay.
That is only a 13 to hit, though.
Ooh, that misses.
Yeah.
Woo.
Takes a swing at you, but doesn't make it. So that's the their turn. And so Hark, you're up now, but that means you make a death saving throw.
15.
Okay. In the discussion earlier of who to help, it might have been relevant that one of them is your cleric, the one that
It's
can
a
heal.
healer. Yeah.
But anyway.
Good point.
But a 15, that's a success.
Yep.
Okay, so you that was Hark's turn. So Big Bird, you're up. You see, across the deck, so there's one still right next to you, even though it's not the one you were fighting. But you also see Hark laying unconscious just in the doorway to the captain's cabin.
Well, I don't have any healing potions, and I don't have any healing spells, so I'm just going to attack the guy in front of me.
All right.
That set my captain down. I'll be like, no! And take a couple swings at him. First one is a 18 plus 7, so I know that hits.
Yeah.
That's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 14 points of slashing damage.
Wow. All right.
And then the next attack is going to miss. That's only a 6 plus 7, so that misses.
Okay.
And that's it.
Lord Granith.
Okay, so given that we've just had the cleric go down, and is there anyone right near them?
No, the one that knocked her out then ran over to Big Bird, and then the one that Big Bird had been fighting previously is now 30 feet above the deck, hovering in the air.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta kind of control this situation before too much else happens. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open up the hunter's mark at this point.
Okay.
Since we potentially have maybe more coming, and we've already had our cleric go down, so that's just going to give me an extra d6. I'm going to. So I just sort of I look over and I just sort of point at the one hovering in midair with my bow, and I smile as and I quickly move up, pull back, and shoot.
Okay.
And probably miss horribly. So let's see. That is, yeah, that's only going to be a 13 natively.
Yeah, 13 is a miss.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work out now. Okay.
All right.
So that's, I think, about all I have at this point. Yeah.
All right.
But I'm going to hover closer to where.
We'll flavor this as like it might have hit, but it literally raises this silvery greatsword and it cuts your arrow in half.
Yeah, I'm gonna hover closer to where Hark is, so that I can get at her next round if need be.
Okay.
If no one else does anything.
All right, Darrington.
I have no way to heal anybody, which pisses me off because I was like doing uncommon magic items or common magic items, and I was like, I get a potion of healing or this silly mug for a gag, and I took the mug. So I'm sticking with Big Bird as my buddy, my anchor.
All right.
And attack the one in front of him.
Yeah.
My rapier with sneak attack, which does 26
To hit.
to hit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's the wrong die. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 27 points of damage.
Dang. Okay. Yeah.
With the rapier.
That guy is pretty hurt right now.
And then I'll do my crossbow into him. Pa-dunk. 18. 23.
23 hits again. Yeah.
And that does 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Piercing.
Yeah, so he's not
Wink,
down,
wink.
but he's pretty hurt. I think that he... let's see. What does he do? So it is his turn. Oh, do you move away or do anything?
Yeah.
Just right there.
Yeah, I'm going to use as much movement as I can
Well,
to jump
so
away
I
because
think-
I can do that for free.
When you came
Without
in,
opportunity.
Oh, you're right. You
Sorry.
can because you got the swashbuckler thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is their turn.
So he has to
now.
move if he wants to get to me.
Yeah, and I think the one that is, that you just attacked, he's looking pretty hurt right now. But he also wants to take another couple of swings at Big Bird before he poofs further away. So that's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And then
Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
that would be 15 slashing damage halved to 7.
Okay, 7.
And then 13 psychic damage.
I'm out.
Okay. And that is its first attack, and then I think it turns and looks at you, Darrington, and it moves towards you to make its second swing.
Oh, I think we have a misunderstanding.
And it rolls a natural 1. It somehow, in this plane where you move sheerly by willing it to happen, he somehow still stumbles and looks embarrassed. But yeah, so he definitely misses you with his attack. But then I think having run right up to you and missed and looking really hurt, he disappears into the cliff, and he appears 30 feet above, next to his buddy. But he doesn't have any movement to move any further than that. So that is their turn. So Hark, we need another saving throw.
$14.
14. That's another success. All right. How about you, Big Bird?
14.
All right. So far. All right, Lord Granite. This fight is. I mean, you've got these guys both sort of on the ropes, but you've also got half your party unconscious. So
Yeah. A couple things.
Mhm.
First off, whilst I was doing 9 million things today, I did not yet have the opportunity to put in my selections for the magic items that we were said to have.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering if we can say those are healing potions.
You know what? How about one healing potion?
Okay, excellent. I will swoop down, and I'm going to feed that to Hark.
Of course. That seems prudent. All right. So I think that is an action to give a healing potion to someone else.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
All right. But go ahead and roll that. I think the uncommon is regular healing potion, I think.
No clue. I will roll whatever
Yeah, we
object
each got a.
I think it's
You can each get a
2d4.
common item and an uncommon.
Yeah, so a standard potion of healing is 2d4 plus 2, and that's a common one. So you could have a greater healing potion, which is an uncommon.
I was thinking more of
4 plus 4.
I was thinking more of the bigger one being a healing potion anyway.
Okay, yeah, so you've got a greater healing potion, which gives 4d4 plus 4.
Excellent. I did not drag enough d4s out, so we're going to do this multiple times.
Sure.
So let's see. Total of 4.
He's gonna math live on the internet.
Mathing while people talking, very difficult. 8, 9, 10.
Come on,
four-
pick on someone your own size.
So 14 points.
Okay. Hark. Hark!
Yeah.
You're awake! Your mouth tastes like healing potion, which probably tastes pretty good, I would think.
Tastes like life.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cherry flavor.
Cherry
More
cough
chemical.
syrup is actually kind of what I envision. Anyway, you got 14 points worth of good stuff. So that is Lord Granite's turn. Darrington, you're up. These two guys are both sort of hovering above the deck, looking down at you. One of them is kind of looking expectantly up at the ship. But one of them is more hurt than the other, but they're both pretty hurt.
Yeah. Let's see. I can't.
Remember, not only can you fly normally, but it also doesn't even
Right.
matter here. You could literally just
Right.
float up to them if you wanted.
And they're not. Are they? They're not near each other, are they?
Well, they're near each other, but that doesn't make your sneak attack work.
Yeah, but I don't want to be near both of them
That's a good
at the
point.
same time.
Well, your free disengage still works, but you would have to use.
True. Yeah.
You'd have to use 30 feet of motion to get up to them.
Get to them, and then I
and
only
then-
have 10,
Yeah.
so they can both come right at me. I'm going to, I guess, just kind of get between them and Big Bird and fire my crossbow
Okay.
at the one that's hurt the most.
Yeah.
Which is only a 10.
Okay. 10 misses.
So,
Kapwing.
yeah, I don't really have anything else I can do.
Okay. That is your turn. It is their turn now. I think. Gosh, what would they? You know what? I think they seem to. You hear a voice carry from the distance, and they both look down at you and grin. And they're actually going to come at you. And I think both of them are going to come attack you, Darrington. So they're floating down at you.
Who the tweet now?
Both of these.
Yeah, I
Both
know.
of these guys. Yeah. So the first one gets 2 attacks. Natural 1 for the first one. So that's a miss, I think.
Oh,
But then a 25.
oof.
Yeah. So that's 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then 6 points of psychic damage. It's like getting sliced with an ice cream headache.
So I got the uncanny dodge, which can half.
Can have
Would that
one
have the
attack
15?
per turn
Right.
using your reaction.
Right. So would that have the 15?
It would have that whole attack. So the slashing
Okay.
and the psychic.
Gotcha.
So I didn't keep track of
So
that.
that'd be,
math.
sorry. Neither did I. So that would be 8 plus. I didn't hear the second roll.
I think I said 9.
6? 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you
So that'd be
doing
what,
it with
8
that
and
one?
5? Okay. Yeah.
All right. And then so the second one is also attacking you. That's a 23 to hit.
Oh, and it's.
Yeah. They're pretty good with those swords they got. That is a 16 slashing damage.
Oh, I'm out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, he doesn't.
Well, I guess technically you should see what the other one was because my max HP is only 28.
Okay.
And if it reaches that, I'm dead.
Well, no,
Real death.
it's not going to make its second attack against you if you're unconscious.
Oh, I meant just this one attack. If you add the psychic to it, then
Oh.
I could have real death.
Well, I mean.
It's
Not
true,
that I
yeah.
will encourage it, but them's the rules.
It's only 6 psychic damage.
Okay. Then I'm just unconscious.
Okay. Yeah. So it still has 1 attack left, and then I think it used its movement to get over to Darrington, Granith, but it suddenly poofs into mist and it's popping over to make 1 attack against you.
Okay.
Fine, I haven't taken any damage.
And that's a 27 to hit.
I think that hits.
Yeah.
I feel as though that's going to hit.
So that's 11 slashing damage
Mhm.
and only 6 psychic damage.
Okay, so that's total 17.
All right. That's their turn. Hark, you are up. Things are going very badly, but you're awake.
How close am I to Big Bird?
I think you can see both Big Bird and Darrington are both unconscious on the deck about maybe 30 feet from you. And Lord Granith is standing kind of over you, engaged with one of them, and one of the other enemies is standing over Big Bird and Darrington. But that one looks pretty hurt.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action Healing Word at level 2 to Big Bird, because I know he'll do a lot of damage when he gets up.
Yeah?
So that is 11 hit points back to him, so he's conscious.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my last level 3 to cast Vampiric Touch again.
Okay, on the one that's standing over you?
Yep.
All right.
And that is 25 to hit.
That hits. High spell attack bonus.
It's +7.
Wow.
So that is 14 points of damage.
14 points.
And I get back 7 hit points.
Okay. They're both looking pretty hurt now. Okay. Big Bird, you suddenly come awake. There's one still standing over you, but he's looking over towards the captain's cabin, where his buddy is.
I just wipe the blood across my chest. You made me bleed my own blood! And I will go back into a rage because my rage ended when I fell unconscious.
It sure did.
So I will do my last rage. So
Okay.
I will reckless attack. So
Okay.
that gives me advantage.
Yeah.
16 plus 7. I know that hits.
That hits, yeah.
So it's going to be 10, 14, 16 slashing.
How do you do it?
No, I just I just bring it up and split him in two from the groin to the shoulder blade, and
that happens.
And then I still get my other attack. So can I use my movement to go over to the other guy?
You can.
Okay, and that'll be 14 plus 7, so 21.
That hits.
And this is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay. That guy's not down, but he's very badly hurt now. And
All right.
I think
Hey,
as he
John.
turns to see you coming up on him, he sees his buddy in 2 pieces, and he's like, he's very unhappy now. Okay, that's your turn. So Lord Granith, your turn. You got one of these guys left, but he also keeps looking up at the ship like,
So the fellow is engaged with me right now, so it is spear time. So just whip that out. I am going to wield it two-handed so that I may use its versatility.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And our friendly backseat driver has pointed out that I actually apparently have 2 attacks per action.
Oh, I was kind of wondering. I couldn't remember.
Because I just looked, I was like, wait, where is that? And I was looking around on it, and I finally, underneath there, it's under actions, said attacks per action 2. So apparently I can actually do 2 of these. So I will do that. And the lovely thing about Hunter's Mark is that when one of them drops to 0, the other one gets it. So that's where we go. So here we go. I shall just roll both of these, and
That
we'll
just
see how
suddenly
it
made me
goes.
think of the Tigger song. The wonderful thing about Hunter's Mark is it transfers to the other guy.
Yeah. Okay, so that was fascinating. One of those is really not going to hit at all terribly because I got a 1.
Mm-hmm.
The other one I got a 25, I think, total on it. If I'm calculating that correctly, I am not. That is only a 21.
Okay, well, a 21 still hits.
I was thinking of a number and it was the wrong number.
Spirit Good.
And so I shall use my Spearage upon it. Also, he is hurt, so I get an extra D8. Also, he is marked, so I get a D6.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in a
Ranger
body bag!
And they're still fairly low numbers, but they total out to 10.
Squish. How does that happen? You take him down.
So yeah, no, just thud into him directly, and just sort of look at him in his eyes and smile at him as he dies.
He doesn't smile back.
I don't expect him to. No, for sure. I'd recommend we get as far from here as possible as soon as we can. I think there are more coming.
Yeah, before we do that, I'm going to spare the dying.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So I think we'll finish this initiative round. We're not coming out of initiative, but so we just had Granith's turn. So we do get one saving throw from Darrington.
Only a 6.
Okay, so that's one failure.
One failure.
But it would be your turn now, Hark. So you can.
Yeah. I'll spare the dying, so now he's stable.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Gosh. And
Hey, Captain, let's go back through the rift. I don't like this place.
yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea. Spare the dying was my bonus action, so for my action, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him too.
Okay.
So he gets back 6 hit points.
I mean, it's a good thing Spare the Dying is a cantrip.
Beautiful.
I mean, if you're healing anyway, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Beautiful. I'll take it.
okay. So as Darrington comes back to consciousness, you hear a voice call out from above you. It's in this strange language that you still don't know, and it's basically screaming in anger at you. And you see, looking up, what appears to be a more feminine version of this humanoid race, dressed in a cape and bearing a silver wand and descending towards you at great speed. So, you each get a turn before she will get to you and start doing her thing. You do notice though that she seems to be blurry somehow. Like it's hard to get a peg on exactly what where she is. She kind of jumps around in your vision a little bit.
Hmm.
Alright, so we're still in the same initiative order, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
All right. I will just look up at this blurry figure coming out and just be like, "Hey, I got something for you." And I'll just reach into my back pocket. Just. That's
All right.
action.
Okay. You're not going to attack or move or anything. Okay.
No,
All right.
I mean she's too far away, and I don't.
Well, I think she's heading towards you. I'd say she's maybe 60 feet from you right now.
No, that's
Okay.
it.
All right. Granite?
Well, seeing that none of my companions appear to be interested in retreating, I'm going to switch back to the bow.
Okay.
I'm going to transfer the mark to her since it runs for an hour. And all right, my dear, smile.
Make your attack with disadvantage because of how she's blurry.
Excellent.
Almost like she cast a spell that
I
might
know.
have had that effect.
Oh my goodness.
Trixie.
All right. So, luckily, I get 2 of these. Okay, so first one, not bad, is a 25
That
with
will hit.
disadvantage.
Uh-huh.
So that's the first attack, and so let's see. It's got the D8, and actually I'm gonna go back and see what it is how this works. Okay, D8 plus 4 plus the D8 for. Well, no, she hasn't been hurt yet, so I don't get that, but I do get the extra
Okay.
D6.
Okay.
So on this first attack, it is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Okay.
Second attack, That's only going to be a 17 to hit.
17
sorry,
to-
19
Oh,
to hit.
well, that hits too.
Oh, it does it. Excellent. Okay. My lower was a 10. So now that she's been hurt, I actually can get another. I get another D8. Presumably, her hit point total has gone down. Yes.
Well, yes, yeah. You heard her with the first one.
Oh, then I like blood. We like blood. All right. All right. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay. Yeah. So on those 3 dice, I got a smaller total than I was hoping for. So just another 9 points total.
Okay. 9 points.
And I'm going to try to drift away so that we're no longer in fireball formation.
Well, funny you say that. That's a good. Okay, especially because
I can move 30 is based on
Darrington and
free time.
Hark get turns too before she's gonna go, but yes. So it's funny that she said that explicitly because yeah. All right, so Darrington, you've been brought up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darrington's. Let's see.
You definitely see this obvious spellcaster coming down at you.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to use my bonus action to hide, and then use my action to. Oh wait, no wait. If I shoot my crossbow, then it reveals where I'm at. So.
It does.
So yeah, shoot the crossbow, then hide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find you anyway. Yeah.
At disadvantage, so no sneak attack. Oh, that's only what is that? 4 plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
only 10.
that misses.
Boom.
But you hide.
And then hide.
So make a stealth check. Presumably you're hiding like below decks. I mean, where would it be otherwise?
Yeah, I was gonna say if we have on the deck. Yeah, I guess we had established there wasn't really much on the deck. So yeah, below decks.
I mean, there's like the mast and stuff, but you can be pretty.
Doesn't give much
hard.
cover. Yeah.
I would say you could hide behind the mast if that's what you wanted to do, but you could also go below decks.
Yeah, below deck.
Okay.
Sure.
So did you? What was your
Which is
stealth?
only at 14.
Okay. Yeah. So you feel like she may have seen you go down there, but you are nonetheless still below decks.
Right.
Okay. Hark, your turn.
So he left, so I was gonna heal him again.
Okay. Well, you have a passive perception of 17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you also saw him run below deck.
Okay. Well, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead, so she has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. That is
the
3 plus 6, so 9. That's a fail.
So she fails, so she takes 2d12. Ha, we were just talking about
Yeah.
that.
Hey, D12s.
So she takes 2d12 necrotic.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 10 necrotic.
Nice.
And I'm actually going to follow him because my movement is 42.
Okay.
And use my my action to cast Cure Wounds on him at
Okay.
level.
Aw.
Is Toll the Dead a
It's a
cantrip?
cantrip.
Oh yeah, it is a cantrip.
Oh no, you know you're
I'm
right.
just trying to. I think it's a bonus action.
That's a healing word is a bonus action.
Yeah, I think Toll the Dead's an action. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But I can do healing word.
you can do healing word.
So as soon as I get down there, he gets back 6 more points.
Okay.
Nice.
I think healing word is not doesn't do a ton. I mean that's what it's for. It's because
Well, I'm almost halfway back to max, so hey, I love you.
Because I'm almost out of spell slots.
Okay. So as it happens, Jim's accurate guess of what this spellcaster might have done when everybody was standing in a group on the deck doesn't apply as much with one person moving way away from and then 2 going below decks. So, but it is her turn now, And let's see, what does she do? Let's see. She's going to. Gosh, I have to decide a different decision now. Yeah, I think that she is. She can still see Granith, who shot an arrow at her, and she's gonna cast. You know what? She's gonna cast Fireball just on you.
Yay!
Yay!
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Ire is raised.
Yeah.
All right. Saving throw.
You did, however, save your compatriots by moving away.
That is good. I will die. I will die burning with the knowledge that they are well.
We'll put your dust in the chest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. 18.
Maybe that's what the sand was.
That could be. That could
18 is a success, so that means
Yay!
half damage.
They're only half on fire.
be. Yeah.
You take 11 fire damage.
All right. Still not dead. Not completely dead yet. So.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah. So
But
she
not yet.
shoots out this bolt of fiery energy from her wand that explodes around you, and then she has dropped down to the deck and takes. I think she makes her next turn over to, or as she lands next to you, Big Bird, after casting that spell, she draws a longsword of her own and makes one attack against you.
Okay. Here I go unconscious again.
Well, not when she rolls a 10.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So her sword is not as big as those other guys' swords. But, yeah. So, that's her turn. It is your turn now, Big Bird.
Oh, man. Do we have any explosives on this ship?
Well, that's a
Guys?
good question.
Guys, do we have any
I
explosives?
mean, you can launch a lot of things from catapults. It's not
No.
unreasonable to think
be a
we
Greek
might not
fire
have.
type
them
thing.
You
in
guys
it.
did
Fire.
decide that your ship was, like, sturdy and powerful, so I think that means armed. And even though you've got your birdapults, I think it's conceivable that you might have, like, bombs of some kind that you could catapult with it.
Coming right up.
I mean, they're probably not just immediately at hand on deck right now, but
No, Big Bird is thinking
But I'm
that.
below deck.
Big Bird is thinking that maybe this isn't a fight we can win. So he's thinking that maybe it might be best to go out in a blaze of glory and take them with us. But
Nothing matter.
yeah, flop it out.
no,
But
she does look like she took some damage from those arrows.
yeah, I was gonna say, but at the same time though, I mean, she's right there in front of him.
Yeah.
So if he runs away to go blow up the ship, she's gonna get an attack of opportunity anyway. And I'm not raging, so I will just yeah, I guess I'll just attack her.
All right.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
she is still blurry.
Yeah.
So,
she is.
Actually,
Alright.
that just let me make a check for her because that is concentration, and when she took the other, yeah, she's okay. She's still blurry.
Okay.
So,
You're
Fair
not
enough.
raging.
No, I'm not raging because I didn't attack my last turn. I just flipped somebody the bird, so my rage would go away.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Get bonus action rage again.
Forgot
No,
that.
I used all 3 rages, so I don't have any more rages.
Should have attacked the
Oh,
boat.
damn it! That was a natural. That was a natural 20, but I got to roll with disadvantage.
Oh,
Oh, it's still a 17 plus 7, so that'll hit.
that still hits. Yeah.
So that'll be. Oh, that's not bad. 10, 11, 12, 13 points of slashing damage on the
Nice.
first hit. And now the second hit. That is another natural 20. God damn it. Disadvantage. That's still a 14 plus 7, though, so that's
All right,
20.
yeah. Nice.
So that'll be that's 10 plus 4, so 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Yeah, you do some damage to her just then. She is suddenly looking like she wishes she didn't land right next to you. She's like, I should have used fireball on this one. All right. Okay. So that was Big Bird's turn. Lord Granith, your feathers are a little crispy.
I just sort of like shake it off and I'm like, oh, well, we're going to get serious now, are we? And I kiss the edge of my bow, and it begins vibrating a little bit as I have just expended a bonus action to cast a spell, which will be revealed in a moment should I hit. And I pull back. Is she still blurry after being hit again?
Oh, well, actually, hang on. Let me have her make checks again for those 2 hits. Oh, nope. The blur drops.
Excellent. Going to pull back and shoot. First shot.
Granny.
That's not great. It's that's just a 14.
14 misses, unfortunately.
All right. Second shot is a little bit better. That is a 20 total.
Okay, a 20 hits.
Excellent. All right. So first, here we go. So many dice. All right. So D8 for the for the bow. D8 for her being injured. D6 for her being marked. And as I hit her, there will be things that happened. Okay. Which I will describe in a moment. Okay. I only managed to get one of those into the tower, so I'm going to actually roll the rest of them now. Okay. Good Lord, that's terrifying. Okay. My dice are all over the place. But 8, 9, 10, so it's a total of 18 damage.
18? Okay.
And I have cast Ensnaring Strike upon her.
Okay.
So this is the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, which lasts for a minute. A writhing and I expended a second level slot for this.
All right.
So a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines until the spell ends.
Okay.
And she's not large, so she doesn't have advantage on it, presumably. So these vines are now erupt from the arrow.
A 19, though.
Okay, that probably 14 was all she needed.
Yeah.
So
you see her take the damage from the arrow and look back at you with fury, but she does manage to struggle her way out of those vines.
Okay, and they're just now writhing on the deck down below. And I'm going to move to put something else between me and her in case she has something range-based that she wants to try to hit me with, because I'm in pain.
Darrington, you're up.
I'm a coward, and I am going to shoot my crossbow at her and see what happens.
All right.
11, 16.
All right. 16 misses.
Misses. Dink. That one attack, and duck back below deck.
All right. You can make another stealth check if you want.
Sure. Sorry, 15. Oh, plus 9, so that's 24.
Yeah. All right. So you think you don't know, but you think you're hidden from her. Like, she might assume you went down there, but she didn't see you go down there. She's not 100% sure. Okay. Hark, you're up.
I'm gonna pop up out of there and cast Toll the Dead on her again.
Okay.
So she has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
She counterspells you.
Okay.
Ooh.
She sees you coming out and beginning to cast your magic, and she points at you and just dissipates your spell.
Swish, swish, bish.
All right. So that makes it her turn again. She is going to... Let's see. So So Big Bird is right next to her.
Mm-hmm.
Granith you were further away, right? Or did you
Yeah.
come up to close?
No, I'm further away, and I'm again behind a mast or some other thing to give me a little bit of cover between
Okay.
us.
Well, I think that she turns towards you, Big Bird, and Thunderwave at 3rd level.
Are you not entertained?
So make a
Ba-ba-boom.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those. That is a 16 plus 5, so 21.
Okay. So that is a success. So
Mhm.
you are not pushed away,
Okay.
but you're going to take half the damage, but I have to roll the damage now. So,
Yeah. I'm sure I'll be knocked unconscious.
well, we'll see. So, okay. She's casting it at a higher level. So I don't know how many dice. Okay. So it would be 12, but you only take half of that, so it's only 6.
Oh, okay. I'm still alive.
6 thunder damage, and you're not pushed back, which really irritates her. And
Haha.
oh, you know what? I think in hindsight, that maybe isn't what I would have had her do, but I won't change. I won't retcon it though. I think. Yeah. Okay. She is. Yeah, she is going to use her bonus action to cast Expeditious Retreat and try to move away from you. She's not disengaging, so you do get an opportunity attack.
Oh, okay. I will take
She is
that.
not blurry anymore, so it's not a disadvantage.
Okay. That is only an 18.
Okay. An
Is that-
18 does hit, though.
Oh, an 18 does hit. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So that is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of slashing.
Okay. So as she turns to move, you do get another whack at her, and she's looking pretty hurt now. But then, as soon as she is like out of your immediate reach, she just shoots up like a rocket back towards this other ship.
Okay.
So she gets, let's see, she gets like 95 feet.
Okay.
So she's basically shoots back all the way back up to the other ship.
Okay.
All right, that is her turn. So Big Bird, it is your turn now.
All right. Big Bird will go over to the wheel and start getting us the heck out of here. So I will spin around and start heading back towards the rift.
The ship still doesn't move because there's no wind here.
Oh, son of a bitch.
But
Big Bird would.
yeah,
Big Bird wouldn't know that.
I like it. Yeah. Okay, Lord Granith.
Well,
is fleeing.
she is still in my range, though.
Yeah.
This longbow is 150 feet.
Hmm?
So I'm just looking at her, I'm like, oh, no, you don't. I'm going to kiss my bow again and use another one because I am upset, and I wish to do terrible. And I think I took a personality trait that kind of requires that I do this.
Sure.
On my sheet somewhere. I can't remember exactly.
I'm just looking at the wheel, like confused as all heck.
Yeah.
You know, like what the hell? Why are we not going anywhere?
So first shot is a 19.
19 hits.
Excellent. All right. Okay. I'm going to switch to this. Yes. So these two and this. Okay, so that is. Oh, okay. So that's a total of 20.
Okay.
And she must make a strength saving throw.
All right.
Difficulty 14.
Okay, there's my d20. That is a 16 plus 3.
Okay, yeah, so she makes that.
Hmm.
And then And I think that's as long as that lasts. So I have to like cast it every time that happens. So once again the vines do it, but I've got another shot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a regular shot. We'll see what happens there. That is a total of 24.
That hits.
And once again,
Great.
we'll throw these dice in here. We will see what happens. No, it's not a lot. So that's a total of 13 more damage.
Okay.
It is 13 more damage.
She looks like she is so close,
Oh God.
but not down. She is,
Got like one
she is
hit point.
on the brink,
Oh come on.
but not unconscious. All right. Yeah. So she is really bad, but she's just holding herself together long enough to try to keep moving away from you. Darrington, you're up.
Crossbow, long distance, long range, 120. So I can do it with disadvantage.
You can also try moving closer if you want.
Oh, gotcha. She went 90. Yeah. I can move 40.
So she's 90 feet off the deck. You were a little bit down
I'll move,
deck. So
yeah.
I'll say you were
30.
10 feet to get to the deck where you would be 90 feet from her. And so then if you can move another 30 feet, you would be within 60 feet of her.
Oh, but regular range is still only 30. It's a hand crossbow. All
right.
So, yeah. Long range either way. So, oh, boy.
You were hidden, so it's from advantage.
Oh, but I have disadvantage.
So
it
straight roll.
cancels. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. No stink attack damage.
Right.
Which is 16.
16 misses. It's so close. Yeah.
Come on, Hark.
All right. Hark, you are up.
So, how far do I need to move to get within 60 feet of her?
You would have to move 30 feet.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast... I'm going to cast Toll the Dead. That's really all... Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
So she has to save on a dex saving throw?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, did she use her reaction this round? I don't think so. She counterspelled you last time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she counterspells you again.
Okay.
As much as I would love to give this to you, she's smart. So I think, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, she counterspells you, but you can see she is desperate. There was fear in her eyes as she zoomed away from the ship. All right, so that makes it her turn.
Can I use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Big Bird?
Yeah.
All right, so you get back... Oh, nice. You get back 8 points.
All right, thank you.
4, so...
Okay, thanks.
So you see her disappear back over the railing of her ship, and you don't see anything else happen for a moment. Like you don't see her do anything else. You don't see that happen. But she has disappeared out of line of sight. And so, say, Big Bird, it's your turn again. The ship isn't moving because you were having to pull it with ropes before.
I don't know what to do. You guys were all still attacking her, and I am... Okay, here's what Big Bird's going to do.
All right.
Big Bird, with all his strength...
I will, just as a brief meta point, I will point out, no one has used the Birdapult.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That is correct. Would the Birdapult be loaded already? Ready to go?
I would say that you guys probably keep at least one of them, sort of.
Yeah.
I would just like to say that when the dragon came at us, I told them to load the...
That's right, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's true.
All right then, guys. I guess I will do that. I will go and cut the rope and, I don't know, fire the Birdapult.
All right. So, are you imagining that you are firing a projectile, or are you launching yourself?
Ooh, that's a good question.
See, that's kind of what I always imagined that the Birdapult was for, is for launching yourselves to board other ships and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? Let's launch myself. Why not? Yeah,
right.
sure. Why not? I will. I don't know what this is going to do, but I will get on the Birdapult and launch myself.
Okay. So, how? So,
I will call out one of the crew members to just cut the rope to fling me, I guess.
Okay, so what we're going to do then is whichever one of you, you guys can make a ranged attack roll with the Birdapult. One of you can make it to aim the Birdapult and tell me like what you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to just make Big Bird like follow her trajectory
I feel
to
like
get up
perhaps I feel like perhaps I should make this roll.
there. All right.
Just because I don't know why. It's a ranged attack. That's probably got something to do with it.
Yeah.
So you can hold an attack.
Oh yeah, that's what I will.
You have
Yeah.
used your movement to get in the
Yep. Totally.
fire,
Man,
me boy.
Man, I love one shots.
I missed the tick. So let's see. What is my? I'm trying to figure out what my bonus is with this.
Just do dexterity plus proficiency. Say.
Gotcha. Okay. So my dex is +4. My proficiency bonus should be on here somewhere. I would think. I think it's +3. Yeah, because that's what I'm getting with the thing. Okay, so it's total of +7. Here we go. Okay, so the good news is the roll completed.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got a 12.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not obvious what the DC was, right?
That is true. I am trying to hit a rather large target.
Yeah. So, just tell
or at
me
least
exactly what you were aiming for.
I was aiming for the upper mast of the ship in an effort to get Big Bird to clear it so that he does not smack into the side of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, I think you successfully avoided having Big Bird splat against the side of the ship.
Oh, that's good.
But I think what you find, Big Bird, is having used your movement to get in the Birdapult, you find that you are not going to intercept the ship.
Okay.
You're not crashing into it, but you're missing the ship. And you don't have any movement left to counteract your current trajectory. So I'll say you basically zoom past the ship.
Okay.
On this turn, you have now risen above the level of their ship.
Okay.
And
So how
Oh, sorry. go ahead.
how high? Like she ducked over the thing of her the edge of her ship there. Is she on deck? Like, can I see her from where I am up above?
That's what I was just going to say is when you rise up to the level of the deck, what you see is her lying unconscious on the deck with the dragon standing over her.
Oh, she's unconscious. Well, that throws a wrench into my plans. I'll just be like, "Hey, dragon! Did you do that?"
Okay.
I don't know if I should attack the dragon because she's unconscious. So
How would you attack the dragon if you wanted to?
I would throw my great axe, or I would throw my warhammer at it.
Okay. Well, so the dragon is standing over her unconscious, and it has, I mean, you've surprised it by suddenly zooming into the air, so I don't think you can really glean its intentions. You can say, "Hey, dragon."
Oh, man.
I mean, tell me if you want to attack it or not.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Cluck, cluck, motherfucker, and I'm going to throw my warhammer down at the dragon.
All right, you do that. Roll that attack. Roll that
Is that
beautiful Warhammer footage.
is that with a disadvantage or anything because I'm flying through the air? No.
No,
Okay. All
regular
right.
attack.
That's gonna be a 15 plus 6, so 21.
I'm pretty sure that hits. Let me pull the dragon's stats back up.
All right.
Yes,
Oh,
it does.
man.
It does
All
hit.
right. So that's 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You clonk it on the head with your warhammer, and it looks up at you with a furrowed brow, like, all right, so.
Like, I meant to hit her.
Okay, so, all right. So, that was your turn, and it is actually the dragon's initiative right now.
Of course it is.
And it's. I just rolled it.
I know. I believe you. I
Yeah.
believe you. I'm just laughing at
It's going to breathe lightning at you.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, shit.
Why not?
Um.
I'm just laughing at the
So-
absurdity of this all.
So you're flying through the air, and I think normally I would not allow you to even try to make a dexterity saving throw because you're in a ballistic trajectory.
Give me something.
Except because you're on the
disadvantage?
astral plane and you
Yeah.
will yourself to move, I'll say you can still make the dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Just a straight roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think as a barbarian, you might actually have like a danger sense thing that gives you advantage on them.
Well, I rolled a 19 plus 2,
Okay.
so that's gonna
Yeah,
that's
so
gonna be
that's-
21.
That's a success. You are
Okay.
still going to take half.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna fall unconscious and float away into space.
Okay, hang on. Let me get my.
This is awesome.
Um, um, okay. So the total is 56, but you're only taking half, so that's 28. Okay, so here's how what the rest of you probably see is Big Bird zooming up in there, getting above the level of the ship and saying, "Hey, dragon!" And then just kind of going limp, still kind of slowing in his trajectory in the air.
I love it.
Okay. So, Lord Granith, a lot has just happened.
Deal with that.
We should probably go. I'm thinking, should we go? We should go.
Yeah, we should definitely go.
How's that gonna work? I couldn't steer the ship.
Swabbers, get out there and pull the ship.
I'm yeah, I think we should just sort of move away. And hopefully that's back toward the rift. I think would be a great idea right now.
So you start trying
Abandon
to organize the
ship.
crew to pull the ship back through the rift. I mean, understanding that's probably going to take a few minutes
Yeah.
to get everyone up from below decks and get the ropes out again, and then get
Are
out
we
front and pull it.
completely sure we just don't want to get a new ship when we get back to the other side? I would not normally advocate this kind of thing, but I feel as though it might be rather difficult to hold on to, and I don't know what the dragon's going to want at this point.
I mean, we might as well. It was really the only thing we had left to lose.
If you, I'm totally with you. I will stand with you if you wish to hold on to the ship. But it's up to you, Captain.
You guys do recall that immediately on the other side of the rift is, you are very close to the labyrinth of winds, and without a ship that's potentially hazardous. It's not automatic, but it's, you know.
Maybe we could reason with the dragon.
I suppose that's possible.
Well, technically, yeah, you heard high dragon and you saw the lightning, so you presumably imagine there's a dragon there. None of the rest of you know that she's unconscious, though.
No, that's true, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's still up there. Yeah.
I mean, she looked pretty rough.
She did.
She did, yeah.
All right.
Let's get them to try to get the ship moving. It'll take a bit, but...
Yeah, so you can get them started on that.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to live forever? I'm going to cautiously sort of glide over. Not up to the other ship per se, but it will probably bring me within sight of it. My weapons are away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going for trying to get Big Bird's body to see if it is possible to resuscitate or not.
Okay, so you're making your way to... So he's... After just air resistance slowed him down eventually, but he was kind of just drifting.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, let's get a death saving throw, Big Bird.
Astral resistance.
Yeah. Well, there's air. You can breathe it. No? Okay. So still kind of crispy. But I think as you how are you approaching, like, when you realize you'd be sort of crossing the line of sight of anything on deck of this other ship?
I'm just holding my hands out like this.
Okay.
And drifting, because I'm hoping I've kind of by now gotten the idea that I can move in whatever direction without even necessarily needing to look in that direction. So I'm just holding my hands up like this as this is happening, and cautiously moving in the direction of
So I think as you rise above and see the deck of the ship, you see what Big Bird saw, which is that this woman seems to be unconscious on the deck. The dragon standing over her, and as he looks over and glances at you, he kind of nods up to where Big Bird is floating and says, "You know, your friend's a real asshole."
Yes, it seems that, unfortunately, that is one of his better qualities.
Well,
mind if I go and get him?
Yeah, do that, and then I would recommend you leave. But what a terrible thing it is that these mysterious pirates from the elemental plane of air killed my partners, leaving me to salvage all of their treasure for myself.
Indeed, how terrible it was, and, well, that's just a burden I suspect it's very, very good of you to take on. As always, we do still have openings, should any sort of deal wish to be made. And
I think
if I had, if I had been dashing, could I have gotten to the side of their ship?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then while they're talking, I could maybe try to stealth onto the ship.
Okay.
To the cabin.
All right. Go ahead and make your stealth check.
29.
Okay, yeah. You sneak onto the ship unbeknownst to the dragon.
Basically head below deck and look for anything valuable.
Oh, man.
Gosh. Okay, what do they have?
That I can carry back off.
That's glorious.
So there is tons and tons of treasure on this ship. There's lots. It looks like this is a raiding vessel that has pretty much full up with lots of treasure.
Okay. So then, yeah, I would just like scoop jewels into my pack and run back out.
Okay. You need to make another stealth check with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Now that you're carrying jingly things?
It's 11 plus 9, so 20.
Okay. All right, yeah. You do it.
Jump over the side and head back towards our ship.
Just FYI, if the dragon would have noticed you, he would have killed all of you.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, so...
Oh, I'm sure.
So I hope that 200 gold worth of treasure you just looted was worth that.
Well, it's one of my characteristics.
Yeah, sure. There you go. It worked out.
I'm too greedy for my own good. I can't resist taking a risk if there's money involved.
There you go. So I think Granith, you didn't notice this either. You're occupied with the dragon. This is attracting your full attention. So the dragon is basically just saying, "Go get your friend. Mosey on back." And I'd say leave this place alone.
Right. Well, nice to do business with you. And I just go and I will get Big Bird and start heading back toward the other ship.
It's like,
Yeah, and as soon as he gets closer, I'll cast Cure Wounds on him.
all right.
This is my last spell slot, so we better not mess this up. You get back
All right.
8 hit points.
How many?
8.
8 hit points? All right, I start attacking the dragon. No, I'm just kidding.
Too far away.
You don't still have your warhammer. You threw it at the dragon, and it's still on the deck of the ship. So
Yeah.
But so in any event, you all make your way back to the ship. You've got your deckhands dragging you through the back through the rift. Takes a little while. Eventually, you see this other ship kind of start moving backward, come down behind you, and then just kind of move into just like and is pushing you back through the rift. And so
Thanks, Dragon.
so you don't see the dragon. He doesn't seem to be on deck anymore, but the ship is now pushing you back through the rift.
I wonder how he's steering.
So as you make your way back through the rift, what you see as you emerge back into the elemental plane of air is that this enormous, gigantic rift has attracted the attention of lots of other pirate scavengers who are now swarming all around you.
On in, guys.
There's a dragon. Go on, have at it.
Have at it.
Tons of treasure.
There's enough in there for all of you.
All right. So I think we will.
And I throw my arm around Lord Granith, and I'm just like, "What a day, huh?"
Yeah. At least.
So I think. How about this?
I was gonna say I would use my sleight of hand to basically pour half of the gems like onto the table on the deck or onto the deck, and say, "Hey, we got our docking fees from him."
And I think the rest of you realize that you've just done this in full view of lots of these other pirate ships that have come around to inspect the wreck. All right. So how about this?
I grab my battle axe.
Animal House style, we're finishing with a montage of title cards where we one sentence summary of what happens next for each of you.
I make for land, and I go back to my temple.
The life of piracy no longer for Hark.
No.
Wow.
Big Bird continues to flex till this day. And there's just a shot of Big Bird just flexing.
Just keep flexing.
just keep flexing.
I think Lord Granith is going to essentially use what bits of treasure that we're seen, and in an effort to sort of to continue going out and hunting for more folks as a pirate, but he tries to up his reputation so that he can at least have a more decent, more sizable bounty put on his head than is currently up for it. Because the current one's just an insult.
Very nice.
Darrington is dealing. Darrington is dealing blackjack at the Flamingo Casino and Resort for a mob boss to pay off his debts.
Very nice. All right, and then the last card that none of you see is the opening of the portal to the astral plane. Just proved the opening salvo of what soon blossomed into war. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I want to know what happened to the dragon.
All right, so I think that's where we'll call it for today.
Yeah.
Woo!
Just a hint of what the Aarakocra that Alaric met in the elemental plane of air, what they were talking about, which could, come up again at some point. I just teased at that point that there was a giant rift open to the astral plane in that one. But okay, so thanks everybody for playing. It was a fun one. Thanks for joining us, Jim.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Yay, glad. And thank you to everyone watching in the chat, or if you're watching or listening to this later. You're very very appreciated, and I hope that you will continue to check out my channel for more gaming goodness in the future, but also Other Doc has a gaming channel, and what are other links that everyone would like to plug?
Go.
I got nothing.
Everyone at once, simultaneously.
Ah!
I'm just here.
She got JenniferMelzer.com.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
And fallingmusicabq.com for some Southwest metal.
Oh wait, I just opened up hey! I just opened up an Etsy shop today for artwork. So if you go to Etsy.com/shop/pouring rain art, you will find me there, and that's Rain REIGN.
Cool.
So there's that. I got that.
You can find me on both Twitch and Twitter at OtherDoc. That's OTHERDOC. I have my schedule is been changing. I'm adding more shows. I'm doing now monthly short campaigns. Starting with Dirty Secrets tomorrow. That's my first one. It's going to be coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a lot of modern noir. I do one shots on Sundays. I also do the Cyphercast once a month. And I'm also appearing on the Tabletop Garden podcast lately as a player. And I do video games on the channel as well. Like I said, you go to the channel, you'll see the schedule. You can also find links to my various writings and other things that I do and other audio projects at jimyesthatjim.com.
Tune in next Wednesday
Yes.
to when Jim finally finishes naming off all the things he's involved in.
I didn't get to have the things on this card.
That's right.
So we will be planning to, I think we're going to have a regular episode continuing the main campaign for So Many Levels next week on Wednesday. And I haven't nailed down the whole schedule yet, but I may have a new session of The Space for Rent this weekend as well. So I have to double check with that to make sure. But in the meantime, I hope you all find fun things to do and watch. And we'll see you next time on So Many Levels.
So many levels.
Woo!